Have you ever just look at someone and say, so this is what love looks like?
You became emotional when you heard that the pilot announcing that the plane you boarded was already landed. I'm home. After 1 year, you return to your own country. You want your life to return to normal. So even though there is still fear in your heart, you decided to return. It's tough, but you need to face it. A guy with you helped to get your luggage and assist you going to his car. Miss YN, I'll send you home. You didn't follow. Instead, you grab your luggage. Sir, my friend is waiting for me outside. Can I go with her instead? You can, Miss YM. Don't worry, everything is okay now. I hope your life will be returned to normal. We were still watching you from the distance. You have my number, right? Call me if you notice any threat. Okay, sir. Thank you for taking care of me. It's my job, Miss YN, to protect you. You bow at him. After that, you parted ways. I'm okay. I will be okay, you said to yourself and take a deep breath. You continue walking, going to the exit. And the moment you get outside the airport, you immediately saw your best friend Lila, happily looking at you while waving her hand. You ran and hugged her tightly as you burst in tears, letting you out your emotions. It's okay. It's over now, Lila said while tapping her back, trying to calm you down. I thought that nightmare would never end, you replied. But you overcame the nightmare of your life. Lila is afraid that you will stay alone in your old place. Even though you're done with your treatment for your trauma, she's afraid at any time your anxiety might attack, so he convinced you to stay with her house. You can stay here as long as you want. Thank you, bestie. What's your plan now? I want to keep myself busy so I can think about what happened. Then be my secretary so I can watch you. You didn't answer, but something is bothering in your mind about her older brother, which is your boyfriend that you left without saying anything a year ago. Don't worry, my brother is assigned to another company, so you won't see each other if you're worried about him, she added. La, how is he? Your best friend sat next to you and held your hand. He almost killed himself when you left him. He didn't understand what happened because you two are okay, no problem. Then you just suddenly disappeared. I understand if he gets angry with me because I break his heart. When do you plan to tell him the truth? I don't know. Every time I remember what happened, I feel like dying of fear. If you are not ready to tell him the truth, then don't force yourself. You start working as a secretary with your best friend to keep you busy. Lila is a CEO in one of their family businesses. One day, Lila went to Hong Kong for a one-day business trip. Since she will be back soon, she didn't take you with her. Aside from that, there was important meeting, so she wants you there to be her representative while she's in Hong Kong. After the meeting, you return to Lila's office to put your report about the meeting in her desk. While doing that, someone knocks on the door and enters the office. You turn around and say, "How can I help you?" He was going to add something, but you were stand when you saw who that person was. It's Jungkook. Jungkook's face shows surprise when he saw you. Why are you here? What are you doing here? He yelled. You stuttered to answer. I'm working here. What? Since when? You didn't answer. The tension was a bit high, so you chose to avoid him. I have something else to do. Excuse me. You were supposed to get out of Lila's office. However, Jungkook stopped you by holding your arms tightly. You suddenly disappeared and suddenly show up, as if nothing happened. Do you know the outcome of what you did to me? I'm sorry. I know I hurt you. You quoted. Jungkook noticed your arms became reddish, so he let go of your hand. Do you think that's enough? You break my heart, YN. I love you more than my heart, but you just hurt me. I will break your heart at any cost, like you did to me, he said with burning eyes. If that what makes you happy and a way to reduce your anger towards me, then do it. He gave you a death glare and left. But before that, I will never forgive you, YN. You suddenly fell to the floor because of the pain you felt. Pain that the person you love the most can forgive you. You didn't tell your best friend about what happened. You don't want her to get involved in your fight with Jungkook. What you didn't know was Jungkook had planning something. After 3 days, Lila received an order to move to another company, and Jungkook will replace her as a CEO. Lila can do anything since the chairman, which is her dad, ordered this. He wants to take you with her, but you choose to stay as a secretary of the new CEO. You want to explain to Jungkook what happened. You are tired of running away to your problem. You know your life will not return to normal if your problem between him not be fixed. Because of what happened, Lila found out that you and Jungkook met accidentally. It became clear to her that everything was happening was planned by his brother. So he talked to him. However, she also tasted Jungkook's anger for not telling him that you're already back. Because I know this will happen. So you're taking on her side? Maybe you forgot. That girl left me like a trash. Opa, listen. I'm not in the right position to tell you the reason why. But please don't take any step that you will regret in the end. Why in choose to stay working with you? So please be nice to her. That was the word Lila said before she completely left that company. You can change your mind while you still have time. I can take you with me, Lila said. Until when I ran from him. Don't worry, everything will be okay with us. Do you still love him? I would be lying if I said no. When I left, I know this would be the consequence. I'll be honest with you. I wanted to fix our relationship, but when I saw Jungkook, I've lost hope. I saw the severe damage I've done to him. His eyes are full of hatred. You want my help? I will tell him the truth. No, it's better if he knows from me. Okay, I will respect your decision. Just tell me if my brother did something to you beyond the limitations. You came to the office early. After a few minutes, Jungkook arrived. You stood where you were sitting and greeted him, but he just glared at you and ignored you. After a few minutes, the telephone on your desk rang. It's Jungkook. He's telling you to come to his office. Sir, you need anything? He pointed to the files of the documents on the shelves and told you to summarize them one by one for him. Right away, sir. You took it and walked towards the door, but he called you again. Why did you do that? You stopped walking and face him. What do you mean? Fine, I don't want to be unfair to you, so I'll give you a chance to explain why you left me like that. At that time, you wanted to tell him the truth, but every time you remember what happened a year ago, and that was also the reason why you need to disappear, you couldn't speak. You thought everything is okay now, but you're wrong. What you witnessed still haunts you. Because you don't give him an answer, Jungkook got even more angry with you. I already gave you a chance. Fine. If you don't want to tell me, then don't. You can go now. After that, he started being mean and rode towards you. He often repeats your work and makes you work even at night. One day he didn't go to the office. You call him to ask about the documents to be passed in the management department. Since he can't come, he told you to pick up the files on his house. And since it's very important, you go there. You arrive at his house, and an older woman guided you to Jungkook's room. Your words fell apart on what you saw the moment you entered the room. Jungkook is with other woman. He was sitting on the couch while the girl was sitting on his lap. Your heart broke into tiny pieces, so you quickly turned around. I'm sorry. He was going to leave, but he stopped you. He stood in front of you and handed the files. You came here for this, right? He said while looking directly into your eyes. Your voice is shaking while giving him an answer because you really want to cry at that time. You're just trying to hold your tears. After you left, Jungkook entered the room again and gave the money to the woman. You may go now. He went to his window and cried while looking at you, hurriedly get in the taxi. I should be happy because I know I break your heart. But why does it hurt me when I see you hurting? You didn't talk for a few days. You avoided each other until you had the courage to talk to him. You entered his office and were about to hand it over your resignation letter. But he told you to go to the basement where his car is because he left something important. So you just hide the letter in your bag for a while and give it to him when you come back from the basement. You took his car key and went down. Actually, Jungkook decided to apologize for his behavior, so he prepared a bouquet of flowers for you on his car trunk. It's a bit dark in the basement. Then suddenly the light turns off in the part where you were standing. You were shaking with fear and having a panic attack because everything that happens a year ago flashed back in your mind as you hardly breathe. On the other side, Jungkook is start wondering because it's been 30 minutes have passed but you weren't coming back yet. So he decided to follow you, and there he saw you lying on the basement, unconscious. Wyan, wake up! What happened? He picked you up and took you to the hospital. Jungkook was anxious. He walks back and forth in great concern. Later on, he saw his sister running towards him. Layla went to the hospital immediately after Jungkook called her. She came to Jungkook and started hitting him. What did you do to my friend? Believe me, I don't know. I just saw her laying in the basement. Basement? Dark basement? Where there are cars parked? Oh, I prepared a surprise for her, so I told her to go to the basement because I left something. Why did you do that? Do you know that Wyan has a trauma in the basement, especially when it's dark? Because Wyan witnessed a murder crime a year ago, and that's the reason why she suddenly disappeared. In Lila's anger, her tongue slipped. A year ago, while you were carrying your grocery shopping in the trunk, you heard a woman screaming for help. You looked around because you were curious where that voice came from, until you saw a woman covered with blood and gasping for breath. You're about to help her, but you saw three men holding knives. In fear of being seen, you hide trembling in fear. But unfortunately, one guy saw you after he noticed the trunk open. You hurriedly ride on your car, but that man caught and started choking you. While fighting for your life, you accidentally grab a ball pen and stab in that man's eyes as you escape. Out of fear, you went home and just locked yourself in the room. The next day, the incident spread all over the news. You found out that woman is Japanese and has four children. She is the wife of activists who criticize about the Yakuza. The police can find a suspect since there is no witnesses. Basically, you turned yourself blind. However, your conscience torments you. You often see the woman asking for your help. So you decided to go to the police and told everything what you saw and what happened that night. You can't forget the face of three guys. With your help, the suspect was identified. But because the suspect saw your face, the police was afraid of your life since the three suspects have not been caught yet. So they advise you to hide while they're still hunting them. For fear of enduring the lives of your family, Jungkook and Laila, you just suddenly disappeared without telling them. The FBI takes you to Singapore so the suspect can't find you. There, you undergo therapy for your traumatic experience. After 10 months, the three suspects have finally been caught, but you still can't go home because you are still in danger. The good news is they allow you to use a phone at that time. The first person you contacted was Laila. Actually, you are not the one who told Laila about what happened to you. The NBI, because they know you need someone when you return to the country. Why didn't you call me? Why didn't you tell me what happened to her? Because until now, she's still fighting with her anxiety, trauma, and depression. How can she tell you the truth about her condition? Maybe she really wants to tell you, but she can't. Jungkook just burst into tears when he remembered everything he did to you and how he treated you badly. After 2 hours, you woke up and saw Jungkook staring at you. What happened? I found you unconscious in the basement. I'm sorry. I have no idea on what you went through. I wish I was there when you needed someone. At that time, you know that he already knew everything. I think I already know the truth. Can we talk now? Without fighting? He nodded and sat beside you. As you took the resignation letter from your pocket, I want to break up with you nicely, because having you is still the best thing happened in my life. Break up? Why? You don't love me anymore? I still love you, but we've hurt each other too much. I'm afraid our relationship will only become toxic if we let it continue. I'm sorry if I left you without saying anything. I know I hurt you. That's why I'm not blaming you. I'm sorry for being mean to you, for hurting you. I wish I just listened to Laila not to take a step that I regret later. I'm sorry if I paid someone and act as my girl to hurt you. Let's free each other and forgive. Who knows? 1, 2, 3, 4 years, we met again. And if in time we still love each other, maybe we can start again. His tears slowly dripping while holding your hand tightly. I respect your decision, but can I ask you a favor? Sure. Can you just stay on the company as my sister's secretary? At least I know she will take care of you. How about you? I resign. You nod and hug him. Later on, he broke the hug and ran while tearing up. Laila wants to comfort him, but he told her to take care of you. She just hugged you and also crying, since she heard everything. The doctor sent you home after that, since nothing unusual was found in your laboratory test. The next day, you found out that Jungkook resigned and Laila became a CEO again. After that, you never heard about him anymore. Your communication was totally cut. You also start your therapy again. You were in the hotel lobby, holding your baby, when your phone rang. So, how's your vacation with your family? Laila asked. You were in Jeju Island for vacation with your family. Tired but happy because of this cute baby. Ken with you? I want to see him. By the way, when are you coming back to Seoul? This Monday. Thank God I will see you again. 1 week is like 1 year for me. Bestie, I will call you later. The elevator is coming down. Ken is hungry. I forgot to bring his milk. Oh, okay. Take care. You stood up and walked towards the elevator when someone spoke behind you. Miss, you dropped this. You look at your back after hearing that familiar voice, and there you saw Jungkook. You two got startled. After 5 years, you two seen each other again. It's been a while, he said. Oh, how are you? I came here from Germany for a business meeting. You? He's talking to you, but his eyes are focused on the baby you're carrying. We're here for vacation. He was about to speak, but your baby suddenly cried. I'm sorry, I need to go back to our hotel room. My baby is hungry. I forgot to bring his milk. Sure. Timing the elevator open. You hurriedly get in while trying to calm down your baby. Which floor are you? He asked. 16, you replied. Jungkook pressed the button as you two just stare at each other until the door closed. After your existence gone, he looked down, trying to hide his teary eyes. I thought there was a second chance for us. But look, you're happy now with someone else. Layla was in the living room. Then someone rang the doorbell. She immediately opened the door after seeing her brother in the monitor. Where have you been this past 5 years? But instead of answering her, I saw her, sis. She looks happy, and her son was so cute. Oppa, you're drunk. I thought she would wait for me. Who are you talking about? YN. I saw her in Jeju with her son. You met there? Yeah. Ken is not her son. It's her nephew. That girl. I always caught her crying while looking at your picture. Really? If you already forgive each other and still love each other, I think it's time for a second chance. Please help me. I want her back. For 5 years, she's still the one. I'm tired of seeing you two getting hurt. So yeah, I will help.